This is the plaintiff, Paula Smith. She says she moved into the defendant's because she seemed nice. Boy, was she wrong, because things went downhill rapidly once she started living there. The woman was nasty with her, and everything she did in the house was wrong. She couldn't handle the stress and moved out soon after. But the defendant refuses to return her security, so here they are in court. She's suing for $3,000 for the return of her money and pain and suffering because the defendant is a miserable person. This is the defendant, Rosetta Harris. She says the property she rented to the plaintiff was brand spanking new. Everything had to be redone. Once she moved out and went to do the walkthrough, she was astonished at the level of damage this woman caused to her beautiful new place. Give her back her security for completely destroying her property? She thinks not. She's accused of bad landlording.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff rented from the defendant, but says the defendant was so nasty and abusive, just couldn't take it anymore and moved out. But the defendant says she kept the security because the plaintiff destroyed her newly renovated home. It's the case of losing it over a lease.
You're welcome in.
All right, Ms. Smith. How long did you live in that home?
1 year.
1 year. And you are the owner of the home? Yes. Okay. Did you have assistance from Section 8 from the government to pay your rent? What was your portion?
My portion was $460 something. That was half.
Half.
$465.
And then Section 8 paid the other half.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, at some point, you received notice that she's not going to renew your lease. And according to you, she was real nice before you moved in, and then all of a sudden she wasn't.
Yes, ma'am.
How so?
Well, when I first met Ms. Harris, what happened is I was looking for a house in the neighborhood.
Okay, but we're past that.
Okay.
So you end up renting her place. How did she change after you rented her place?
Well, she changed. She was arrogant. She started talking to me as if I was a child. She was approaching me as if I was a child.
How so? That's a conclusion on your part. I'd like facts.
Okay, she was, the way she talked to me.
Okay, that's again a conclusion. Tell me what she said.
For example, if I would tell her about the house, she'll say, "You tore up my house."
You tore up my house?
My house. It was always my house, my this, my that.
Well, it is her house, but...
Yes, but, I mean...
What were the problems that you had with her after she moved in? Did you have some kind of problem or no?
Well, after Ms. Smith moved in is when the attitude came. So when she would call and tell me something would happen, well, this is what started happening. When she would pay her rent on the first, she'll text me and say, "I have your rent," and then she'll send a list of things. I'm like, okay, that was the first month. The second month, same list. And I'm
Why
like,
same list? Why weren't the things fixed?
I was sending people over there, but it was just, and then they would go over there and they'll say there's nothing wrong with it. And so...
Do you have any proof of that?
No.
Okay.
I don't have anything
All right,
like
in any
that.
event, she moves out after a year because you tell her, "I'm not renewing your lease." So the feeling is mutual between the two of you. And then what is in play here is a security deposit in the amount of how much?
$885.
Okay. And you're suing for that plus $2,100 more in pain and suffering because you can't get your security deposit. Let's talk about why you're keeping the security deposit. What right do you have to it?
Yes, okay. So when Ms. Smith moved into my home, I completely renovated. This house was about to be condemned and tore down. I bought the property out of tax deed, and I completely renovated.
May I see proof of your complete renovation from before she moved in? Do you have pictures?
I have a few pictures of before she moved in.
I'd like to see the before she moved in pictures and any bills that you have from the complete renovation that you did.
Well, what I did bring is because of some of the, I brought my bank statement in regards to me fixing the grass and buying the refrigerator.
The bank statement's not going to tell me what you fixed, is it?
Well, no, I have receipts as well. Okay.
Stop. Please provide me with any evidence of the complete renovation you did before she moved in. That's what I'm asking.
Okay,
These pictures are, you know what? I don't even need it. The pictures are great.
And then I have pictures when she moved out.
Yeah, the pictures are great. The place is perfect. Was this a new appliance or no?
Everything was new in the house.
So that's a new stove?
Yes.
All right. So then after a year, what happens?
Here's the picture.
What is this a picture of? Just a reflection through the window?
It's just a reflection.
Okay.
It's just another room of...
And when she leaves...
Yes, that's the garbage that the last tenants had to bag up and put on the front because they don't collect it on the side.
I'm sorry, what is that a picture of? The garbage on the side?
Right, the garbage, that garbage was supposed to be bagged up.
Did the garbage take it the next No? What happened?
We had to move it to the front. I had to call
Who are you, the new tenant?
I was there for 2 months.
Are you the new tenant?
Not right now.
Oh,
no.
not right now, but you were
Yes.
the new.
She moved in
I
the
got
day
it.
after.
Okay, go ahead.
When we moved in, it stayed there for a week, and then I called the city, and they said that's not the trash pickup, it's around on the front. So me and my children had to move all of that around to the front for the city to come pick it up.
Okay, and then they did?
Yes.
Nobody got fined or anything else? You're not actually out money, that's rude,
No,
but you're not out
no,
money or anything?
no,
Okay.
not at all.
Why did you leave it there?
Okay, when I moved out and she was, I had to leave because she wanted me out before the 29th was the last month of the last day of that month. She said
Wait,
the next day.
stop. It's September.
I mean September. I'm sorry.
So
I'm
there
just a
are
little
30
nervous.
days in September,
Okay,
right? So it's the 30th is the last day. And
Well,
that's not
no.
rushing you. You rushed yourself by not planning ahead because she had given you notice in July that she wasn't going to renew your lease. So that's plenty of time for you to get out the way
Okay.
everybody's supposed to. And you're not supposed to leave that stuff behind because it's convenient for you to leave it behind. Let's get to stuff that did cost you money, because only the stuff that cost you money is the stuff that you can claim against her
Absolutely.
security deposit. What is this supposed to be a
That's
picture?
the mailbox that's broken.
What's
that
broken
was put
about
in through. I had to replace it.
Okay, I understand, but what evidence do you have that that's a car hitting it? How do you know she hit it?
I don't know what it was, ma'am, but when I put it in, it was brand new.
Yes, I understand that, but let me see your lease. What you're entitled to deduct from a security deposits are the things that she did wrong. It's not something's broken.
That's
so you
actually
got
not even what I put in there to charge. It's just pictures that I've taken.
Don't take up my time with stuff that you're not claiming.
That's the grass that I'm showing them.
All right, are you claiming on the grass?
The grass, that's the picture of the grass at the mailbox.
And that's because, according to your lease,
she's supposed to take care of the lawn.
lawn maintenance. Tenant is responsible for the upkeep of the yard. If landlord sees the property is not being serviced, the tenant will pay for the costs. All right, and so you're showing me pictures that there are large parts of the grass. Do you have pictures from before of how the lawn looked?
I have it on my phone, but I don't have that. I didn't
Let's
print
see
the
it.
pictures.
Get it from your phone. While she's getting that from her phone, is this how the lawn was given to you?
No, not
Yeah,
this
so
side.
what happened to the lawn there?
What happened? It was a car parked. My cousin's car was parked in the grass on the
Right,
side.
but that kills the grass.
No, ma'am. But what happened? There was because the
Yes, ma'am,
when they
I'm looking
moved-
at it.
I understand, ma'am.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the sod that she had put down. That was just some regular grass because I used to pass by the house before I moved in. Pass by the house.
You know
and
your
see.
lease says you're responsible for maintaining the lawn,
Okay,
right?
but it came back up. I got pictures of showing that it.
Show me proof that when you left, the lawn came back up.
Okay.
Because
That's
these
the day of
pictures
the
are
picture.
taken
On the day of
on
October
the day
1st.
that you left, supposedly.
It's on the phone. Yes.
But we also weeded
Okay,
and seeded.
folks,
I'm sorry.
I just asked a question. There's no answer to it yet. Everybody slow your roll until the judge asks you a question. These are pictures of what?
That's the property that's damaged. That's the date that
That's
it was
the
damaged
wall?
on. That's the wall. It looked, I don't know what they scrubbed against the wall. So we had
Probably
to,
whatever furniture was there.
Well, yeah.
There you go, right there.
What is this? You moved the refrigerator?
I removed the stove.
Okay, if you remove the stove at my house, I'm a little worried about what you'd find underneath. I mean, so you're looking at some crumbs underneath.
I'm sorry.
Now this, I'm with you. That's not how someone should leave it.
Well, you should see the one with the grease dripping down off the stove.
And what's this? The refrigerator?
That's the inside of the refrigerator, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it definitely needs a little cleaning. Obviously, the fans weren't cleaned. I mean, But let's talk about that lawn, because the lawn really does look
These are
bad,
the
and
pictures
the
that
place
I took
definitely needed cleaning. The
after
question is,
I
did you
moved out,
keep
so
too much of
it's
it, though,
growing, the grass.
for those two things? What evidence do you
I
have
don't
of
know.
what the lawn
Here's the
cost?
rest. If you see the rest of the pictures.
No, I just asked you a question.
Oh.
What was my question?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right, because you weren't listening because you were thinking about what you want to say instead of answering my questions. What did the lawn repair cost you? Because that's just spreading some seeds and waiting for it to grow. What did the lawn repair cost you?
Okay. I have an estimate, and my
And by the way,
got,
she left when? September?
she left in September 30th.
Okay,
Yes.
where are you from? New York?
Florida.
No, Duval.
Florida.
Florida, yeah, so we have green all year long.
Absolutely.
All right.
So here's the receipt. She didn't cut the grass when she left, and to repair the sod, that was the estimate on repairing the
Did
sod.
you do it?
I have not done it yet.
That's because $500 is kind of a ripoff
Because
for
I
that,
have to
isn't
pay.
it?
No, I have to pay it says $250 just for the sod, for the pallet to do the sod, and it's $200.
Where do you have that? Do you have that quote somewhere? $250?
That's on the estimate is behind it. The receipt on top is the actual. He cut the grass that day that
Yep.
he had to come out because she didn't cut the grass before she left. That happened. Hold on, I have these pictures. I know I have it.
Okay. I believe that you are entitled, certainly, to withhold some of the security
more.
deposit, but I don't believe you're entitled to withhold the amount you held.
I have more paperwork
if you
here.
have, what more paper do you want me to see?
Okay, so for the plumbing, when she left, those were brand-new cabinets, and there was a leak underneath the sink when she left. Never called me and told me anything about the leak under the sink.
When did it start
It
leaking
came
under?
a week later, a month later. It was always a month, something going wrong with that house. And I would tell her about it.
Can I see your text in February to her?
Yes, ma'am, you sure can.
And this here, I'm just...
Good morning. What time can the plumber come? I'm using a bucket. It's nasty, and I have a child.
I got all
And then
of
it turns out the plumber goes, and it's baby wipes.
And it's her fault. And then she says it's my neglect.
My bad.
Right, and so that's the bill for that.
I got everything that we talked about on this phone here.
This here is also for the HVAC that she didn't use the...
Yeah, just a second. The HVAC bill, I looked at that, and they had to put Freon in. How is that going to be a tenant's fault?
Well, the condition of it. Did you see she never used the filters. She left them there. The filter wasn't even in it, and then the whole room was
Let me just
dusty
tell you,
and nasty.
I've been a tenant, I've been a landlord, okay? Change the filters yourself. You cannot rely on a tenant to do that, ever. You just can't. They're not going to do it, and then you're going to have big problems later. I'm sorry, what are you trying to say here? About to pull up drop-off filters.
No, I was just saying I dropped off filters. It was
That's
enough
July.
filters. Yeah, there was enough filters for her until the end of she moved out. She never put one in.
Okay, no, now show me the HV. It's because refrigerant was added. Again, it's about refrigerant being added.
Well, the whole bill wasn't
Yeah, you
for
don't
refrigerant.
get that. That's your maintenance of your place that you have re-rented, and no, you don't get that. All right, is there anything else you wanted to show me that
No,
you
ma'am,
haven't already showed me?
That's about it. The late
When
fee.
did you say you were going to show me your text telling her about the leak underneath the
It's on
sink?
here.
That's what I want to see.
Yes,
So I had the
all
two
text.
plumbing bills,
Starting from May of 2019.
the repair for the doors and everything that was broken.
May 27th, a reminder. You're complaining when she notifies you of stuff, and then you're complaining she didn't notify you. Every month she would tell me the rent's ready and there's a list. And then when she tells you the list, you're mad that, she tells you the list, but then you're mad that if she doesn't tell you, and you're withholding a bunch of money claiming she didn't tell you. Here's May. Just a reminder, the AC unit isn't working. It's hot in your house. Answer, just call the online 24-hour service waiting on a call back. They're going to come out right now today. They never called me back. Nothing opens until 7. I'm up, I'm on it, blah, blah, blah. Florida AC will be there. I have a window. You mean you would like for me to bring it over now until they get there? I'll wait. Is the unit working? What ended up happening with that?
They came out and fixed it.
Okay. What I had asked you to find for me is any notice that you gave her of a leak.
It's all that if you did.
I need you to listen to me. I am not going to go through a year's worth of text. I need you to find for me any notice that you gave her of a leak in the sink, because the day after you moved out, a plumber was called to fix it.
Welcome back to the People's Court. The plaintiff wants her security back from the defendant, but the defendant says the plaintiff caused all sorts of problems, and she never reported a leak to her, which caused even more damage. Let's go back into the courtroom.
So take a look at your text, like around the area of August, July, September, that kind of thing. What would have happened if she had notified you? What would you have done?
In regards to?
The leak.
I would have sent somebody over to fix it like I always do.
At your cost?
Yes, ma'am.
So why does she have to pay for it?
Because of the damage she caused by not telling me about the leak in this
Right,
mold
but the
all in the
$85
house.
is the plumber's fee. It's not the cost to put new plywood
down. But in my
down.
lease agreement, if you look on there, she's responsible for small repairs like plumbing and things of that
And
nature
I
as
saw
well.
that. I'm kind of surprised Section 8 allows that, but and I did see that in the lease. It was kind of surprising, but in any event, what was a custom between you guys? Because it seems like when something went wrong, you would fix it, not her.
I just did it. I just fixed whatever needed to be done because she was in the house, because it's my house and I don't want anything to happen. This is the situation with me.
She didn't fix it.
If Miss Smith had have called and say, Miss Harris,
just give me the text that shows about the leak. If you don't have it, just say I can't find it.
I can't find it, ma'am.
All right, go on.
if she would have said, Miss Harris, I'm moving out late, I'm gonna need another day to get the place together, whatever the case may be, because I need my deposit. Even though she's been nasty to me the whole time she lived there, I would have worked something out with her and allowed her to come back in, clean up what she needed to clean up, and move from there. But she did not do any of that.
How much was the total deposit? 800 and what?
It was $885. So of course,
Stop talking.
I'm sorry.
I'm done. I've heard everything, and this is my ruling. I find that you're entitled to keep a lot of it, but not all of it. And I'm ordering you, based on the damages that I see, based on the repairs that should have been done, based on the grass, I'm allowing you to keep $600 of the security deposit, and I'm ordering you to return $285 to the plaintiff.
So the plaintiff gets back some money, not nearly what she was seeking. You got to give her back $285. You okay?
That's fine by me.
No question about it, all right?
No questions.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. You must sign a few documents on your way out of the courtroom. Ms. Smith, you were asking for $3,000. You know you didn't come anywhere near that.
I ain't get a chance to say none of the things I want to say. She's a slumlord, and the whole time I was there, I was unhappy. I did everything she wanted me to do in that house. I kept it clean. I kept the yard clean, and
pictures kind of tell a different story.
I had pictures showing that.
Okay.
I had pictures showing that I cleaned the house after I left and everything, but I didn't get a chance to show it.
Sorry about that.
All right.
All right. Harvey?
So, Doug, here's the thing. If you have a problem in the apartment you're renting, you got to notify the landlord, and you got to notify him in writing. Do it in writing. And you have to give him a reasonable time to fix the problem. Then you can take your own remedial action.